Next, number 3. Next para, number 3. Santosh's parents were affluent landowners who could afford to send their children to the best schools, even to the country's capital, New Delhi, which was quite close by. See, the family where Santosh Yadav was born was affluent. Affluent means well to do. Well to do means they were rich. So the parents of Santosh Yadav were very rich. So that as they were rich, her parents could send all the children to the best schools of the district, and even they were able to send their children to the capital of the country, New Delhi, for their education. And New Delhi was not very far, it was very close to their district, because New Delhi is not far from Haryana, it is close to Haryana. But in the line but in line with the prevailing custom in the family, Santosh had to make do with the local village school. But although parents of Santosh Yadav were rich, the family where Santosh was born was affluent, very rich. But the tradition was different in the village. Traditionally, the girl were not considered to go outside for their education. The girls were not allowed to go outside for their education. Similarly, Santosh had to start her studies in the village only. The boys were allowed. In the village of Haryana, Rewari district, the boys were allowed to go outside for their studies, for their education. But at the same time, the girls were not considered to go outside. The girls were not allowed to go outside, especially means the big cities. They were not allowed to go outside of their family, because traditionally the village people did not like it. So the Santosh, although she was from rich family, but she had to start her studies in the village school. She decided to fight the system in her own quiet way when the right moment arrived. So from very young age, Santosh was very determined. But as because she was very young, she could not fight. But she was determined to fight in against of this system when the right time arrived. It means she was planning from the very young age, she was planning to fight in against of the society, in against of the society. Students, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So from very young age, she was preparing to fight. But as because she was very young, she did not do it at the very starting. So she started going to the village school in a very young age. But and the right moment came when she turned 16. At 16, most of the girls in her village used to get married. Santosh was also under pressure from her parents to do the same. What we know generally in the village areas, even now, we can see when the girls turn to its 15, 16 or 17 years means age, family pressure as well as relatives pressure, as well as the people of the village, they always pressurize the parents of the girl to get their daughter married. So when Santosh Yadav turned 16, when Santosh Yadav turned 16, The similar pressure was there on her. Not only the parents but also the village people pressurized for getting marriage. A marriage, but actually, yes, but Santosh Yadav did not agree to her parents. At a marriage as early as that was the last thing on her mind. She threatened her. She threatened her parents that she would never marry if she did not get a proper education. She left home and got herself enrolled in a school in Delhi. When her parents refused to pay, see, here we can see another behavior and a strong behavior of this girl, of this young girl, Santosh Yadav. When Santosh Yadav was only 16 years old, the village people, traditional people, relatives, as well as her parents were pressurizing her for marriage. She threatened, Santosh Yadav threatened means warned her parents that if she would not get proper education, so she would never marry. She would never marry if she would not given the proper education. And after this fight, Santosh Yadav left her home and got enrolled in the school of Delhi. See, when she was only 16 years old, she left her village. Can you imagine how strong she was? She was very determined regarding her education, regarding her planning. So at the age of 16, she left her home and went to the capital of country, New Delhi, and enrolled herself in a school. When her parents refused to pay to her education, she politely informed them of her plans to earn money by working part time to pay her school fees. Her parents then agreed to pay for her education. So, as because she escaped, she she went New Delhi without permission of her parents. She got admission in the school of New Delhi without permission of her parents, so that her parents refused to pay the money. Her parents refused to pay the school fee. Even that, Santosh Yadav did not leave her hope. Santosh Yadav very politely, very gently, politely means gently, very gently informed her parents that not to worry, she would do the part time job. She would do the part time job to fulfill the school fees. So, see, here again we see how determined she was. Although her parents refused her to pay the school fee, she did not go back to the village. She did not go back to the village. Rather, she stayed, rather, she told politely to her parents that she would do part time job, and with the help of that job, she would fulfill her educational desire, means she would fulfill the school fee. Listening this attitude, her parents finally agreed to her. She did not do any part time job, but she told it. She only told it, and see the reaction of the parents. The parents thought that no, the girl is very determined for her education. So ultimately, the parents kneeled down. Ultimately, the parents kneeled down. It means the parents finally agreed to the desire of Santosh, and they were ready to pay the school fee. Students, are you getting my language?
Yes, sir.
It is easy to understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Para 5. Wishing always to study a bit more, and with her father slowly getting used to her urge for more education, Santosh passed the high school examinations and went to Jaipur. She joined Maharani College and got a room in Kasturba Hostel. See, gradually, or uh, the desire, the desire of Santosh for her education, that her parents, especially her father, means her father had seen it, and her father agreed. Finally, her parents, her father agreed to the desire, to the educational desire, the desire for education of Santosh. See, means he agreed, and uh, urge means desire, huh? Urge means here desire. So her father started helping her. Her father started helping her for her education, and ultimately Santosh passed the high school. Means Santosh passed 10 plus 2. She passed 10 plus 2 examination, and then she went Jaipur for her further studies, for her higher education. Where she went? Santosh Yadav went Jaipur. Jaipur is called the Pink City, and where it is located? It is located in Rajasthan. Where she went? She went Jaipur, Rajasthan, and there she she got enrolled in Maharani College. Where she joined Maharani College for her graduation, and in duration of her college she had to stay in a hostel. So she got a hostel, she took a room in the Kasturba hostel. So see, there are two small questions. After her higher secondary, where she got admitted in Maharani College in Jaipur, in Maharani College in Jaipur. And where she stayed in a hostel.
Kasturba Hotel.
Hotel, not hostel. Kasturba hostel.